Good evening again. I'm starting the topic, computer system validation for QC instrument. So, uh, first of all, thank you for joining today's computer system validation session. Uh, Actually, this is an initiative of our LinkedIn-based group, Pharma GMP Forum. So this year, basically not this year, last year in 2025, we started a discussion in this Pharma GMP forum as Pharma Talk. So earlier we arranged different webinar on different topics. So today, our speaker Sharmin joined with us to discuss on the
Hello.
computer system validation. And this is not a topic to cover within 1 hour, but I believe Sharmin will give a overview and concise topics, presentations on this topic within this short time. So thank you again for joining. So first of all, I want to introduce our speaker, Sharmin Afroz. She is now as working as Senior Assistant Manager in R&D Department of Radian Pharmaceuticals. She is highly experienced in QC and R&D analytical part, and also expert in CSV, data integrity. And on top of everything, she is very passionate about data integrity and CSV. So hopefully she can explain this topic. Uh, I'm very hopeful. And this is me as your host. So some people already know me because I am regularly posting in the group and announcing the webinar Pharma Talk session. So I'm currently working as Head of Quality Assurance in C2C Pharma Limited. So now I'm moving to the topic. I don't want to waste time because time is very important in this 1 hour short period. So at this moment, when we opened LinkedIn group, we see in every day lots of posts on CSV and versus CSA, CSV versus CSA, and there is a huge overrated information on CSA. So people are saying after publishing CSA, the CSV things is highly changed because what happened? Um, CSA is giving risk-based approach, critical thinking approach, and it's giving the least burdensome approach. So that's why people are saying um, CSV changing this field of computer system validations. But what I see, things are not like that because fundamental guideline or the computer system validation, that is general principles of software validations, which is published in 2002, and all things what already mentioning in the CSA guidelines, like these race-based approach, list burdensome approach, all things are available in this CSV. I mean, general principles of software validations. So So don't fall in the trap of these people. What they are saying, CS is everything. It's changing the world of computer system validations. This is not like that. So first of all, I want to introduce the regulatory landscape for CSB before hand over to the topic to the today's our speakers, Sharmin. So first of all, I want to say uh, as a regulations first predicate rules is the regulations we need to follow for this CSB. So what is predicate rules? Predicate rules are the things um, that is any FDA regulations that mandates computer system validations, sorry, mandates any procedure or records that is need to maintain for our GMP operations. So in this case, for computer system validations, the predicate rules, for example, um, 211.68, that is uh, related to the equipment. And another one I mentioned here, 211.180, that is related to record management. That is how to maintain the electronic records, original or true copy, whatever. So that is the things mentioned in the predicate rules. So what we can say, predicate rules is the mother regulations, and part 11 is the regulations that elaborating the predicate rules. If predicate rules is the what, part 11 is the how. Okay. And another regulations we need to ensure for EU computer system validation is EU GMP Annex 11. And GAMP 5 is the industry gold standard for this computer system validation. And I'm going to next slide. And also we have WHO guidelines on computer system validation, PICS guidelines. So during computer system validations, usually we need to follow these regulations, regulatory guidelines, and on top of GAMP guidelines. So if we follow these guidelines, we can effectively validate our computer systems. We can satisfy our inspector's expectation. Okay. So at this moment, I want to see the participants who are joined now. So before hand over to our speakers, I want to ask to the audience if you have any questions regarding the CSV. If you can, you can ask me or the speakers before asking questions. You have to unmute, or you can post your questions in the chat box or Q&A as a Q&A. Any questions from the audience? Okay, so I think we can discuss after the presentation of our speakers, Sharmin. So now I'm going to hand over the topic to the speakers. Sharmin, please continue.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pharma Talk. Today, I will briefly talk about computer system validation or CSV for QC instruments. In modern pharmaceutical quality control, almost every instrument from HPLC to UV spectrophotometer is driven by software. While software improve efficiency and accuracy, they also introduce a critical question. Can we trust the data? So where CSV comes in, computer system validation ensures that any software used in quality control QC instrument is fit for its intended purpose, consistently performs as expected, and maintains data integrity, which is a key requirement under GMP. Okay, so we have checked the regulatory expectations, and Rahan Bhai already told that. So CSV is not optional; it's a regulatory requirement. Whether it's GMP, GLP, or GCP, validation is essential to ensure data integrity and ultimately patient safety. And always remember the simple equation: documentation equals to quality, and quality equals to patient safety. So let's uh, take some common pitfalls, some FDA warning letters. Recent FDA warning letters show a common gap: treating validation as one-time activity. Many teams complete the validation report and move on, but the system changes through updates and upgrades. Regulators expect validation to be maintained continuously through change control, periodic review, and revalidation when needed. So the key message is simple: validation doesn't end at approval. It must be sustained over its life cycle. So all the guidelines, we can summarize it. FDA emphasize on evidence, but EMA it emphasize on the life cycle and validation maintenance through its life cycle. To other, next slide, please. Okay. Two other common gaps seen in FDA inspections are audit trail and vendor reliance. First, audit trail. We capture audit trails and as logs, but they are not regularly reviewed. Regulators now expect clear, documented evidence that audit trail are checked alongside GXP data to detect any unauthorized changes, and FDA mandates it to check the audit trail before the batch release. Second, blind reliance on vendors. Just because a system is validated by supplier doesn't mean it's compliant for your use. You still need to qualify the vendor and verify the system within your own environment. So the takeaway is, don't trust the system. Continuously verify and review your software validation. Next slide, please. Another critical gap is data integrity gaps, especially around Alcoa++ principles. A common issue is shared login or giving admin access, unnecessary access to multiple users. This removes clear accountability, and that's the risk. If you cannot clearly show who did what and when, the data loses its credibility and becomes difficult to defend during an inspection. So the key message: ensure unique user access and maintenance and maintain clear attribution at all times. Next slide, please. And here comes again data integrity. So CSV is the foundation of data integrity. And we also know that our host Rahan Bhai is very expert on data integrity. He is a certified trainer. But I am also uh, it's my favorite, one of my favorite topics. So it's a critical gap, data integrity. So CSV is the foundation, but the goal is not just to detect the issue later, but to design the system in a way that prevents errors from happening in the first place. That's what we mean by data integrity by design. design from the very first, building controls into the system itself. And to do this effectively, we apply a risk-based approach to focusing on validation effort where it matters most. Rahan bhai, do you want to add anything on this?
Um, yes, you perfectly said that data integrity should be maintained by design. So during initial design phase, users should define the DI elements in the URS, user requirement specifications, like uh, user access level in different level, like user, supervisor, manager, admin, and there is a clear segregation of duties. Also need to mention the audit trail requirements and data backup requirements,